Wow.
It's the way it just spoke.
Yeah.
I was just like, here we go again.
We're back. And
So
we're
obviously,
back.
we just subbed out Kieran because we got tired of the bullshit. But that's
Yeah,
beside
but
the point.
also because we missed Daisy. We were like, her face is so
Can we just
beautiful.
appreciate Daisy just came out and her face is just
Yeah.
glowing? Like,
I
can
know.
we all just get a holiday? Because fam, my face, look at me. Look at me.
Yeah, I think we all need to go into retirement.
Honestly,
because retirement
retirement
is good.
is the best thing ever. I understand why old people do it now.
Daisy, don't act like you didn't come back to Mims like full ready to go. You're bored out of your mind.
It's the way Daisy came back. Dressed like Meredith, like I have seen the light. And I'm now here to preach to you. Let's move on. Stop it, behave. Everyone behave. Welcome back to episode 9 of Mims.
But obviously Daisy's back, but we still have a gap to fill.
Yeah,
and we have filled that gap.
I said filled the gap. These are some mad sentences, but it relates. I promise you. We have filled the gap with the one, the only.
Single lady, reveal yourself.
I'm dead.
No likey, no lighty. Everyone, switch off your lights. No.
Let the rubbish see the bin.
Mila, if you were in the lift, what would be your song as you came down the lift?
I don't know. Something.
I'm blue, abody, abunai.
I'm getting
it's not even
tonight.
been 5
All I
minutes.
need is
Crazy.
Money, don't look at me like that. Don't look at me like that. Don't know full well that would be your song. But anyway, that's beside.
Baby shut.
That would be my song, but that's beside the point.
Yeah. Okay. So do you want to?
I'm on top form. Yeah.
So who do we have? We have Mila.
Mila,
have...
one and only.
Here we are to discuss the weekly events, and what a week we've had, people. We've had a crazy week, a crazy few weeks. That's not lying, because more time. I don't even know where to begin with this one because it's a kind of a staple for politicians to do some bullshit. But when Matt Handcock is handing out cock, there's a problem. I said that clearly. Let's not even lie.
You were ready.
I thought about it.
You had that ready to go.
It came out cleanly. Yeah.
You had that ready to go before we actually even saw it.
Yeah, but like, I don't get it. How is man handing out peen? Like how with that hairline? It's like Vegeta.
And that's we know it's got to be the peen that's got him.
Mm-hmm. Can't even be the money.
It can't even. Yeah, we ain't even like up against like any kind of need to secure any kinds of bags at this point.
I was. It just makes all the single men around the world just be like, damn, when I had some more bread, maybe I wouldn't be single no more. But that's beside the point. But more time, I just was shocked. Like, does anyone else want to weigh in on this? Because it's kind of gross. How do we feel about it?
The camera is in like such a weird position. So I fully thought it was a corridor, but I don't understand why you're having a camera against one wall, and that particular one wall has been filmed. Like, it's odd. You had a 1 in 4 chance of getting caught, and you got caught.
Yeah, it's like a really odd place because it literally just like focuses in on the door.
On the door, yeah.
So it's like of all the places, it's like that's such a random place. Like you literally have like a full-on desk and chair in that room, and you decide that up against the door is where you want to like do your business.
Yeah.
I have a question.
I guess if anyone tries to come in, then you know straight away.
Yeah,
but he checked outside as well. I don't know, like
that bit deaded me.
Let's just talk about the fact that like we all got to sue someone for that video footage being leaked because my eyes have never been the same since.
No one needed that. Literally, no, I didn't need that.
No, but can we also
You're ruining it?
It's also the like slow motion walk that she has as she walks up to him. Like he closes the door and he goes like that, and then she's like slow motion walking up to him and like.
And then the gripsing of the bunda was a bit mad as well. I was just like,
no, yeah, I saw someone on TikTok saying, Matt Hancock gropes ass like a feminist.
Oh,
Yo,
I'd love to unpack that, but I feel like I
think
feel
that we
like
can pack it
my
deep,
dignity would be lost trying.
but the way you did it was mad.
But yeah, like it's the whole madness because both of them married with kids, as well.
oh, she is
Married
as
with
well.
kids, though.
Yeah, both of them. Well, you know who she's married to.
Yes, they have a full-on family. How do you do that?
I don't know.
Her
Why did you
husband
do that?
owns one of the like biggest Valentine's Day buying a gift stores in
Wait, what's the name of the store again?
Oliver Bonas.
Maybe she's just
Oliver
attracted to
Bonas.
like dick
Bonas,
names, you know,
Bonas.
Handcock, Oliver Boner, like
Bonas.
maybe it's just her thing. Maybe she's just
His
got a list
name-
of guys
you know
with like
his
funny
surname?
names.
His
Can we just
surname
appreciate I
isn't
just said that?
Bonas. Like his surname is Oliver Tress, but like
Dominic
Oh, okay.
Cummings next for her.
yeah.
Yeah, there's so many freaking weird names like
the
Matt
police.
Hancock, Johnson, Cummings.
We should have seen this coming, to be fair.
Oh.
Hey, hold on. I wasn't even thinking of the pun until it came out of my mouth. Wait, pause on that as well. Pause on that.
Oh,
Anyway,
double whammy.
I'm on
But
fire
yeah,
today
like-
with these puns, I can't lie.
Married with families, and you know, it's not even like she's just a kind of, you know, she's started from the bottom, now we're here kind of thing. Like
Started from the bottom, now we're here.
Anyway, married with kids, and it's not like she's just kind of nobody. They went to uni together. Her husband's like rich. Like, is as much as like, you know, there's I personally believe there's like no excuse for cheating, but like,
Wait, that's a good question though.
what is like is that like, because if we argued like she's trying to secure the bag, there's not even that. But like, is even that an excuse for cheating?
I brought this up with my flatmates later, like earlier today, and it was like,
wow, Daisy,
what?
you can travel through time.
Yeah, I brought this up with them
That's what we
later
do
today.
with the time
I've
legend.
already done it. I know the conversation. I can predict it. I had a Raven moment, but yeah, I brought it up with them today, and I was like, what is the money limit where you would start going, maybe? And like for them, it was, so I said, okay, 1 million. Someone comes to you and is like, cheat on your spouse or whatever for 1 million, would you do it? They were like, no, not really. 1 billion. I'm like, okay, no one's going to give you 1 billion. Like 1 million can change. Like the difference between 1 million and 1 billion is huge, but still 1 million on its own is still pretty massive. So what would your guys' thresholds be where you start going, maybe
£5.
Mila,
get myself a meal deal, maybe some Freddos. See how I'm
listen,
feeling.
don't jinx the day that a Freddo becomes a fiver. Don't jinx that. It's coming too soon.
Darrius is killing me
Darrius is done.
in the mirror.
Telling me you're cheating for a fucking Big Mac meal. That's what you're saying. That's how much you're worth. Is that how much you're worth? I'm dead.
Started from the bottom, now we're here.
A fiver.
Why not?
I'm tired. I know you're taking
Why
the piss because
not?
you know full well a fiver is not enough. Not doing nothing for you, fam. A fiver won't even buy you socks in some places. No socks for you. I don't think I would think about it. I don't think it would even be something I can consider. You know, like even a bit, as much as money can change my life. Money ain't a thing. I connect with the person, I connect with the person. If the us nice, the us nice. Like, I don't need more.
But like, yeah, I mean, I think if you're really lacking the chemistry in a relationship, the money is the thing that's going to get you to cheat, then should you have been in that relationship in the first place?
Also true.
Because you're obviously missing, if money's the only thing that's really keeping, like, money wasn't the problem. Because if you're genuinely happy in a relationship with someone that you care about, how much they earn and how much money you want isn't going to make you happy. It's just going to give you something to focus on aside from your relationship.
As you can see, I did a little bit of research, like small, for some stats.
Was it from some veritable sources?
No, actually, this was from. This is gonna sound crazy. This was from, you know, that health website that the first thing that comes up.
Oh yeah.
Like that. So it's from there. It's an article on that, and I'm like, reasonable sources. Bear in mind these are statistics from America. So 10% of all cheating starts online. 40% start online to real life. 9% of them are for vengeance. 36% of them are co-workers. And in terms of male to female cheating, who do you think is cheating more?
Men.
Yep, 22%. Women, 14%. And the reasons that I'm seeing here are, they're crazy. 17 reasons why people cheat. So number one is anger and revenge. Number two is falling out of love. Yeah, situational factors and opportunities. Situational factors and opportunities. Commitment issues. Unmet needs. Unmet needs seems like a unmet needs seems like a very. But my point is that, like, I do feel, not that there's valid reasons, but I do feel like there are like underlying reasons for why people cheat. The question is, what was the underlying reason in this case? Does anyone want to?
They're rich and bored. Like,
yeah,
rich people
boredom.
Get things straight away, and like once the person, it's weird because it's a person, it's a life, it's a relationship, and obviously us as poor people value that shit a lot. But rich, I don't know. I feel like richer people in general are just like, I'm bored of this now. Next.
Yeah, I'm wondering if there was a kind of like, oh, everything's at my fingertips, but like this is something, this is kind of like forbidden fruit a little bit. And it's like, you know, oh, we should be like really happy and have everything, but you know, when you've got everything available to you, there's no kind of like ambition. Like your life is kind of like at a pause.
Yeah,
you know, exactly. you don't need to like you know,
there's no struggle, that there's no like, you know, fighting for something, or there's no putting in years of effort into one thing. Like once you're on top, you're on top.
Yeah.
So about the meaning of life, please.
So to cheat or to like, okay, if you think of the taboo things, cheating's one of them, killing's one of them.
Killing and cheating are on the same level.
on like not the same level, but like on the list of taboo things that you don't do. Cheating in a marriage, one of them.
The same
killing.
Look at the 10 Commandments.
And
thou shalt not kill adultery. They're both there. The same
exactly.
Fair.
But like Matt Handcock is not gonna like kill someone because that's a bit too far. But cheating is like something that you can do that's not really gonna like ruin your whole entire life.
Okay.
It's not illegal.
I think also
it's not illegal.
Another thing that I also found really interesting is obviously they both cheated on their partners, right? She went home and got kicked out of the house, as far as we know, as far as we can tell from what we've seen.
Yeah.
He waited for it to be leaked to the press, went home and dumped his wife himself. Was that fair? Like, for him to
or
do?
how did she get kicked out? Did she go to...
Well, there was like footage, like obviously we don't know the ins and outs of what happened, but we get the feeling there was footage of her packing up her car and him like helping her, like her husband helping her pack the car.
Yeah.
Like, so she left, right?
Yeah.
whereas he went home and said this marriage is over and left. Is there like, because you know the first thing he did as soon as he got caught cheating, he said, oh, I'm really sorry, I broke social distancing rules, and then went home and dumped his wife.
Didn't care about his wife.
With zero accountability of what he'd done in his marriage. It was just the accountability of how he could potentially save his career and his, like, you know, like reputation as a politician.
Man, just say sorry, I broke social.
When, you know, the guy who is running our country literally cheated on his wife who had cancer. You know, obviously these marriages are not sacred.
Yeah,
True.
but men can. That's the thing.
Men
It's
can what now?
No, like I don't believe that they should be able to, but they can in this day and age, in this society. It's something that they can do, and they don't really face consequences for it. And when women are caught in the act or doing the same thing or similar things, even though it will never be the same because men are here and women are here in society, they get called sluts.
I think it really depends on like the mindset of the woman as well. Like if you're willing to be like, oh, he cheated on me, oh no, then that wouldn't be the same thing if it was the other way around. Like he wouldn't deal with it, so why should you, kind of thing. But yeah, it depends on your dynamic in a relationship, I guess.
Yeah, obviously we don't know the ins and outs, and you know there's a little bit of, these people are public figures, so obviously their business is going to be put out in these streets against their will. And they're going to be held accountable for it, especially as politicians, because, you know, like for instance, when like what was, you know, like Hugh Grant fully like went and solicited a prostitute in the street while he was married, like he hasn't got that same kind of level of responsibility. We just all kind of, he got a little like, he got like hit on the wrist a little bit and a little bit like naughty, and then like his career was still like intact. But because this guy is literally like responsible for, has like high levels of responsibility for an entire country, it's a little bit different.
Yeah.
Just as a sort of side question, do you think it's fair that public figures are so heavily demonized for mistakes that people in this day and age they just make every single day? I mean, I got friends that I know and I'm just like, you a cheater, but here you are still getting gal.
Yeah, I think it's interesting because obviously, you know, you think about like, for instance, say you get cheated on, right? And you're like watching your ex like go around like still getting girls, but like these people don't know that he cheated on his like previous girlfriends. They like, he's not going to go around saying, oh yeah, I did this. You know, the whole Donald Trump ran a whole country after being like a literal rapist. Like, you know, they're going around doing these things and, you know, they're meeting new people who don't know about their past, but they're also not going to go up to a girl and be like, hey, just full disclosure, I raped a girl or I like cheated on my ex. Like, they're not going to do that because it's going to prevent them from getting further in that like endeavor. Like, and then, you know, we sit and we watch it. But like with public figures, it's like, it's not just the ex watching it, it's the entire world. So it's kind of interesting because you kind of look at those people that they end up having relationships being like, well, you knew what their past was like because that was all out in the open. So that person as well, it's like, well, what has that person got that like a regular person doesn't have?
Right. I think the thing with public figures is you have chosen to be a public figure. Like if you didn't want it, then you wouldn't continue as soon as your fame started to grow a little bit. So if you are in the public eye, you have a responsibility to the people who are following you and showing an interest in you and who are influenced by you to do right and be a role model. So that there is the kind of divide of, okay, I have to be this like role model figure who's doing good, but I also want to live my life as a human being and do what I want and make mistakes. But your mistakes will have consequences. It's just not on a tiny scale anymore. It's on a huge scale because everything is magnified. But if you don't realize that once you're in the public eye, then you shouldn't be in the public eye anymore, in my opinion.
But in this, do you know what I find? And that is a very good point. And, you know, it brings me nicely to what I was thinking of the other day. because in this day and age, there's sort of like very blurred lines between public eye and private eye, where sometimes you can sort of be in both. So say, for example, I remember reading this article way back, which I was meant to talk about ages ago, about this woman who had an OnlyFans account, quite popular on OnlyFans. And obviously, OnlyFans, you have to pay for it. So you have a limited set of subscribers that are all subscribed to you and pay you money, and that's what you do. But only those set people that are subscribed are going to know, oh yeah, this person is posting illicit photos on this website.
Well, you have elements of public and private content, don't you?
Yeah.
So like some people can choose to have things that are like available to everything, sort of like a sneak preview, but then there's like access, like special subscription access as well.
Yeah. In this instance, it was mostly private, I'm seeing. And from that, because her son then got kicked out of school because the headmasters didn't like the idea of what she was doing. Hold
on. So the headmasters knew.
Strong Catholic school.
Pause. It's all subscriber content. But the headmasters knew.
Speak on that one.
Headmasters knew what she was doing.
I don't want
because
to speak on that one.
unless some of these kids' dads or moms were subscribed to her OnlyFans account, as far as they knew, she had a like aerial acrobatics account on OnlyFans.
This is true. Here's the thing. It's a very good point. I don't know how they found out. I'm assuming probably one of them did exactly what you said and went on to OnlyFans and worked it out.
So they paid a full £72 for the year just to be like, oh.
Kid got kicked out of school. And like, for me, I'm like, is that fair? Because, you know, the mum is doing her business and earning her bread. And then it's now affecting the son's education because you as a religious institution don't want to uphold the values of the parent, even though the son is just being like, I'm just trying to learn, fam. What mumsy's doing at home is not on me. Like, what are your thoughts on that? What are your thoughts on OnlyFans in general? I mean,
were there not literal prostitutes in the Bible?
Let me not speak on that one either. I'm not trying to start a religious war out on mims today. This is not the Crusades.
But no. Obviously, we won't go into that. But I'm just like, feel like there's a lot of kind of.
No, just to speak on that, like there were prostitutes in Barron, like Mary Magdalene, but they were considered redeemed because obviously they came to Jesus, started following Jesus, and then turned away from what they were doing. So like that's a whole different thing there and message and yeah, again, but yeah. So I mean, I think
you know, when it comes to religious institutions in the modern world, obviously we're not going to go down the like religious side of things, but there's a lot that, for instance, is in religious texts that we do not uphold in modern society anymore. So who makes a decision on what it is that is and isn't acceptable? So if that's how she wants to make her money, and if that is making her money, then why is that such an issue? And also, as we said before, the only way, like, if these people are really unhappy, then they can stay out of her business. There's no reason that they needed to know what she was doing. How would they have even found out? It's not like she's going in the playground and saying, oh, by the way, guys, here's my card, subscribe to my OnlyFans account. Like, I doubt she was doing that. But unless these kids, why is it that these teachers and parents or whoever they are allowed to be watching that and, you know, enjoying that, and they're also having to pay money towards that and then she's like, you're like, clearly you were enjoying it, but all of a sudden you're having a problem.
Right, obviously. So I remember how they found out that she was on our OnlyFans. So what happened is that one of the moms complained because obviously the dad probably subscribed and was watching the content, and she caught the content, and then she got big mad. So probably it was just out of spite that she was like, it's got to stop.
So this takes us back to the whole like cheating thing a little bit. Like, so you're big mad because your husband's getting something out of this other woman.
But maybe you're not providing something.
Why are they
satisfying? Why
are they kicking the kid out of school? What's that got to do with him?
Yeah, that's my question. What did the kid do? It doesn't deserve this. School? No. No, it wasn't a private school. It was a public school.
That's all weird then.
So it's like
I'm
a
just
Catholic
thinking,
public school.
that's so dumb.
So it's purely based off the religious aspects of it. I'm
Potential.
assuming. Because there's obviously like there's like a culture around like, you know, the sexualization of women in a really like obsessive way. And, you know, it impacts women at all ages. So, you know, like it's a difficult one.
I feel that. It is literally the worst thing that I've ever seen. No, but like, okay, is a good question I need to propose to you. If someone you knew close to you or co-worker had the OnlyFans, and like, how would that affect you in any way? Would you see them differently?
No. So sorry, say that again. When
like if there was someone close to you, like a co-worker or something, or somebody you worked with, or even okay, let's give an example. Say Kieran suddenly came out and sort of nowhere. I was just like, I don't think
I don't think we should use Kieran as the example.
I don't know why. Do you know what? Let's not use Kieran as the example. You're right. But Daisy and Mila's reaction was so class. That was actually beautiful. Okay, let's just use a hypothetical friend, family member, or would that change your perception of them?
Well, when life gives you lemons.
I said lemons.
I think that, yeah, no, honestly though, like I think, especially now, like when we think about in this day at the moment, it's so hard to find work at the moment, like just even basic employment in like Tesco.
Literally.
If you want to set up an OnlyFans to make money, you can make some good bank off that. And so like, yeah, there's, you know, obviously it's one of those things, it's a competitive industry, but if it, you know, takes off and you do well, like there's really no harm. And it's like, especially when it's like majoritively private content, it's, you know, you're in control. Also, OnlyFans are like quite good at sort of protecting the people on their site and like ensuring that people aren't like taken the piss out of. Or like, you know, people
I was gonna say that if we're talking about the ethics of it all, I would be more worried about the safety of the people who are actually doing it rather than.
And OnlyFans are really good at ensuring that.
Yeah.
Unlike other kind of, you know, adult entertainment sites like Pornhub.
So more ethical than Pornhub.
Oh, significantly. Yeah, we've got Mia Khalifa bigging up OnlyFans, and you know, after what she went through with in the industry. Yeah. But then
I agree.
It's I don't know if we remember when there was that whole thing with Bella Thorne where she went on and basically like told a load of guys that like made her like stuff really expensive and told a load of guys that she'd send them nudes and then like didn't give it to them, and then it like hiked up the prices of everything.
It broke it.
OnlyFans, and then there were all those people that were like, that was their way of that was their day job, that was their way of making money, and they were no longer able to make money because people couldn't afford to do that. But obviously like adult entertainment has been kind of, especially when we think about like the porn industry, it's been a way of sort of it's been criticized a lot in how it's sort of perceived, like that, you know, the sexualization of women from young ages. You know, like Mia Khalifa, she was like 21 when she did it, but like was fully legal.
Only 21.
I think she was 21, yeah. But you know, we think about like how things like child pornography exist and how there's even like full sort of kinks around like children. It's disgusting and illegal. It is illegal, but it's still out there on the internet, still exists. Is it is it fair that that sort of passed on to the perception of how sort of like young girls are expected to behave in day-to-day society?
It's a weird hypocrisy to be, you know, kinkily obsessed with young looking girls and then be like, cover your shoulders, we don't want to see your straps, which was a tune I'm sure you've all heard. Less so now, thankfully, and I'm working in a school, so that's something. But you tell me, because this is girl power hour now, so I'm just gonna
Yes, Darrius is a feminist.
Mila?
Darrius said, I love women.
Huh?
Oh, he certainly
Come
does
again?
love women.
Come again. I love the
he's a
women,
feminist.
but sometimes you need to let them speak, innit?
No, I feel like even just saying like the fact that we can say stuff like how 12-year-old young girls are expected to behave kind of thing, and we're saying behave like what their thing, there's like the behavior needs to be controlled somehow. It's like, it's just ridiculous that that kind of language is just so normal for us to use. I just feel like anyone who has a problem with someone of that age showing skin, what's the reason for that? Do you know what I mean? Like, why is that disturbing you? Because if it's too distracting for you to look at.
Nonce. Funny, this is a serious conversation. All I wanted to do was be comfortable and speak at distance, and you're laughing.
No, like, I just feel like through most of my secondary school life, I just wanted to shout pedophile at most of the male teachers in my school. Because how are you, I mean, like, we would literally walk through the gates and there'll be 3 teachers there, one checking skirt length, one checking ties, one checking hair, which is obviously a different thing altogether. But like, why does my skirt need to be below my knees? What does that do to you?
Can I step in?
Go on.
Right. So I went to an all-girls school, and there were some girls that would put up their skirt, like, it didn't need to be that short. Like, you are here at school to learn, and I get individuality is something that you want to do as a teenager, and also if you're all wearing the same school uniform, that makes you want to break from the shackles even more. But if your skirt is super short, we unfortunately do live in a world where that is going to attract attention from unsavory people. So to have your skirt length at the knee or below, I think is necessary, especially if you are young. Like, if my daughter was walking into school and she's rolling up her skirt, no.
Yeah.
Sorry.
I think there's an aspect of, I'm not going to blame her. I'm not going to say you're the issue here. Roll that down, because I'm not going to be like, you're a slut for having your skirt at that length. I'm going to be like, I know what boys your age are like, and I'm worried about you and your safety, rather than it being about like, I'm putting the blame on you. I'm just like, whilst you're still my child, if you were like 22 and you had your skirt at that length, fully go for it. Like, you're an adult, you make those decisions for yourself.
Yeah.
But as a child in a school, with walking to school on your own as well, in a world where literally predators roam the street and roam the street free, because, you know, the law is so shit at dealing with that, you know, like, I just worry about, I'm just worried for your safety. But I don't know, I think
I can't agree. I have to say.
No.
Well, if you have 18 years of being told what to do, and then you have 82 years of doing whatever the hell you want, can you not?
But if we're talking specifically about noncy behavior here, as soon as you hit 18, that becomes irrelevant to you. And what I've heard people say time and time again is we should not be teaching our daughters to cover up. We should be teaching our sons to be better.
Oh no, 100%. Like, no, I don't think we disagree with that. But
I think, like, telling your daughter, you know, obviously she needs to be safe. You need to teach your daughter like how society is and the ways of the world. But at the end of the day, if my daughter wanted to roll up her skirt above the knee, which, by the way, I don't even think is that big of a deal,
No one's. I don't think we were talking about directly above the knee. I think when
Yeah, but
it's like your ass cracks hanging out.
I don't think anyone does that. I've never seen anyone do that. I would
Who?
rather like be able
What?
to
You snitch and
empower
stuff.
my daughter and make her feel like she can be safe and teach her things that can protect herself
100.
while also, doing all I can to make sure that men pattern up because they need to pattern up.
It's so interesting to watch. I'd have to speak today. We love it. What I was gonna say, and this is gonna sound completely like anti what I said. I'm a guy.
Wow.
You?
Whoa, my God.
All of you.
Whoa, guys,
Shut
guys,
the fuck up.
guys,
All
did
of
you
you.
know? Did you? Oh, what?
What? I never knew that. I never knew that.
Congratulations.
Well done. We're proud of you.
I never knew that.
I don't know why I have to work with these girls.
It's a
man.
mims reveal.
It's not every day, fam. that earring was crazy, bro. The vibrations in my earlobes. Anyway, what I mean is, obviously, I went. Why is she dead for? Like,
It's the way we all looked at the same time.
as you can see,
Next, he's going to be talking about the penetration in his eyeballs.
Huh?
I said vibration in my earlobes. What is going on? What is going on? Anyway, I went to a boys' school, and if you don't know about my school was actually in the news earlier this year with a whole like open letter to the master, our headmaster, talking about all the sexual allegations that went on in school during my time. And from reading the letter, the one thing that always struck me was that it was never a case of like what they were wearing or where they were, because some of them were in school uniform, some of them were just in trackies on road. There was a complete diversity of different things going on, and different things happened at parties, at people's houses when they'd been consent, hadn't been consent, all sorts of shit. But the one thing I did notice was that the confidence and the sort of entitlement the boy felt to be able to, one, say, I want this, and then keep pressuring even when no had already been given as an answer, which is a pretty key problem for me. And coming back to that thing about the skirt, what I noticed was you need to change the way you're talking about it. Because I understand about you want an individuality and also about, trying to be safe. You should instill both in them. You're like, oh yeah, individuality, you're not a slut for having your skirt up. But what you shouldn't say, and this was the thing, is try and sort of play it down as, oh yeah, that this is how to be smart by wearing your skirt down, or that you have to have your hair a certain way because that's smart as well. Whole thing even can lead into, afro hair and being, oh yeah, you need to smarten your hair up. And I was just like, bro, this is my hair. I have an afro. Deal with it, sort of thing. It all leads into those sort of things.
Acceptable.
Yeah, it's like sort of putting labels on what's socially acceptable as smart. One thing that I know that our school that I'm working at has done is that they don't do skirts. Everyone wears trousers, which I'm like, that's fine. But other schools, they change the narrative on what they say in terms of the skirt and rolling up. It's just explaining to them, the importance of being safe. And there are some dirty people out there, at least for now, where you're a child, monitor the skirt. When you're older, you can make those decisions for yourself. And also, uniformity is important right now. But yeah, that's my 2 pence worth.
Then it doesn't matter what you're wearing. People, like, stuff happens all the time to people, and because men feel so entitled to women's bodies, I feel like what a girl wears is the least of anyone's problems.
Be out here, like, they'll see a feminine face and be, I'm moving to that today. And trust me, that is a direct quote from school, as creepy as it sounds. My school was a weird place. I don't miss school, not at all. But yeah, wow, that was a very deep and meaningful conversation. And like, I know people are gonna watch this episode and be like, look at Darrius in his little corner. Okay, so obviously we're at the end, and here we are. We're gonna play one of our classic games. One's got to go with a special one for Mila with female artists.
Lovely.
Obviously, the 4 that we have chosen are her, Georgia Smith. I say it like I know her. I would like to know her, but obviously,
Darrius, keep it in your pants.
I'm keeping it in my pants. I'm just saying I would like to know her. That's all I said. Scissor, I would love to know her as well, but that's not like that. I just want to get to
I would
meet
love
her,
to
you
know
know.
her.
Yeah, let's
Like
go
that.
for dinner sometimes, you know.
Okay,
Never
continue.
mind. And Summer Walker.
Oh,
So her, Georgia Smith, Scissor, and Summer Walker. One's got to go. That means
That is-
them, all their music, all their features, gone. Bin. Never existed.
okay.
Never,
SZA
ever,
stays,
ever.
that's a given. SZA has to stay because she's a musical genius and her voice is amazing and she's just beautiful and stunning and everything. We also have a dream that me, her, and Lizzo are going to create a friend group trio, and her has to stay. So for me, it's between.
Is
Summer
that
and
her?
Georgia.
Is that Scissor?
Yeah.
Okay.
Summer
She's
or
going.
Georgia's gotta
She's going. Is that her hair?
Who?
Green and red. Summer Walker. Is this her?
Yeah, that's her.
She's going. One, I don't like Summer. Surname Walker. Where you going? Why aren't you running? Why is it not Summer running?
Bullshit reasons.
Like, you know, just get it together.
My
honestly.
girl said because she's got
Sorry,
that.
are we going to brush past the fact she says, I don't like summer? Are you okay?
It's the worst season.
It's the best season.
It's the best season. Shut up.
What's your favorite season then,
No,
Daisy?
Daisy likes
Winter.
winter
I know, I
because
agree
that's
with
when
that,
her
I agree with
birthday is.
No,
That's
it's
'cause
not.
you have
No, it's not
winter-
because my
winter-
birthday. My birthday's consecutively been terrible, but winter is a great season. It's
No,
lovely.
it
It's a great season
isn't.
because it's cold like my soul. But anyway,
Oh,
Yes, thank you. Someone
shut
gets
up.
it. Thank you, Darrius. Oh,
Darius, you're the warmest fluffy baby I've ever met in my life. Stop acting like you're a,
That's
you
cap.
really,
That's
you really.
actually
Where?
cap.
No, it's
Where?
not.
Cap. In what
It's
light?
Where?
not.
In what light?
Because yeah, he puts it on. It's an act.
No, an act. This is me. Like,
It is an act. No,
The wolf was an
you
act.
actually just really wish you were a
Bro.
cold, stone cold bitch, but you're not.
Darius is a
bro,
simp.
I'm about as warm
Biggest
as a
simp
polar bear.
I've
fam.
ever
In
met.
it,
I'm frozen.
you really
Like
want to be.
MIS to
You're
the
really.
fucking T.
No, you're not. You're trying so hard. Stop it.
Don't be like this, Trapezium head. Relax.
Anyway, Summer's got to go. Summer Walker.
yeah. Forget Summer Walker. I agree. Terrible.
Yeah, man. Why is she not running? I agree.
Name 5 of her songs. It's hot. It's summer. Wow. Why am I not running? And look at my hair. Terrible album. I can't stand it. I saw
the
those
album
names and I
name?
was like, I'm not even listening to the song.
What was the
Get
name
out.
of the album?
Yeah, Daisy, what was the name of the album?
Name of the album. One of 4 seasons.
I'm dead. That's in 4 seasons.
4 seasons is the name of the album. Trash.
Vivaldi's album. I'm actually
Did
dead.
you say that?
Yeah, and she's coming for Vivaldi. A classic. No one even brought that up. Terrible. Anyway, you guys, who's got to go?
I mean, I'm gonna be honest. I think I'm inclined to say the same, just because I think, as much as I think that she is a amazing musician, beautiful voice, when I think about her music in comparison to the other 3, it's like it's never really. I've never been like, yeah, that's gonna stick. I need to listen to every single one of her songs. Whereas with Georgia, her and SZA's just the top. Like, she's never ever going anywhere. Like, I don't think you could ever give me a One's Gotta Go with SZA.
Would you say SZA always makes the cut?
Do you know what? I love how Mila stayed for my part after that one. She's like, bye. I'm done. Well, that's all, folks.
Darrius, what about you?
Me.
disappointed and hurt by the statement you just made.
Here's the thing, I'm looking at the songs and I'm not gonna lie, not one of these songs do I know from Summer Walker.
Yes, you do know Summer Walker. You know, I just need something. I just need some love.
Started from the bottom, now we're here.
This is just a general rule of thumb. Like, if I'm not sure this is the majority of her like her discography, but like think about it this way: them ones that are always thinking about like literally all their music is just money, drugs, and pussy or dick. They gotta go. They gotta go.
Yeah.
They gotta go.
No,
All of them,
agree.
they gotta go. It's too much. Like,
it's very relatable.
no, but seriously, if I had to let someone go, probably Summer, just because I don't listen to enough of her music and she's not a big presence in my life. Can't let SZA go because without SZA, there's like a large portion of Kendrick Lamar songs that would just not be the same. Her is a queen, and Georgia.
You want
I would
to?
Okay, pause on that. Pause on.
All I have to say, I love Georgia Smith.
What's her name? Georgia
Smith. I love her music.
But she's
bro.
I feel that's why
the things I would do just to have her breathe on my face. Rotted.
Well, obviously, we'll let our Mims Instagram followers also have
definitely. This is
a
gonna
decision
be
in deciding who
I feel like Georgia's
gonna
win just because they know her more.
Well, it's one's got to go, so it's not about who. It's not
Summer.
One's got to
She's
stay.
walking. Summer's walking out of
Who's
this.
gonna go?
Summer's
thing.
running, fam.
She's gone. Yes, Summer better run. She's out of here.
No, but deep it. Imagine her name was Summer Runner.
Summer Runner. That sounds better.
No, it doesn't. It sounds
Summer
awful.
Runner.
No, Daisy would only listen if they were called Winter Runner.
That's
Winter
a
Runner
banging name.
She sounds pretty good.
That's a banging bad
I'll
name.
make that my stage name.
Winter Runner.
Winter Runner.
Winter Runner. Nah.
I said Winter Runner just to be opposite of Summer Walker.
Imagine.
Yeah, I mean, I think we've had some interesting topics in today's episode.
Mm-hmm.
Am I right? Like it's been an interesting discussion, very well rounded. We basically decided that the world breeds nonsense.
Yeah. Agreed.
Mainly the Western world. I just want to clarify.
Oh, 100%. Sorry. Yes.
Like,
100%.
More time. Colonialism. This is your fault. Anyway.
But yeah, this has been episode 9, which means next week is episode
the
10.
final episode.
Why do you like that? Here's the thing. When I do it, it's funny, but when you do it, somehow it's just like Mila's face just goes. Ugh.
But yeah, Mila, thank you so much for joining us this week.
Thank
you, Mila. Thank you, Queen.
Privilege. And don't do that to her ego, please.
What? She bought the wisdoms.
It won't be the same without me. We all know this.
And yes, today is the 28th of June. So Love Island commence.